Hello and welcome back to Activation Flow. My name is Emma and today I will be talking about and channeling through some healing for hay fever. So I have experienced the symptoms of hay fever for as long as I can remember. Growing up, I experienced severe symptoms which affected my daily life from April until September. This continued throughout my life and I still experience symptoms to this day. Thankfully, my symptoms are a lot easier to manage now, and I feel as though bringing awareness to certain things has supported the improvement of my symptoms. So first of all, I have been made aware of the language that I use when it comes to hay fever. So I used to always talk about how much I suffered. So I used the word suffer. I would say, I'm really suffering from hay fever today. It's really making me suffer today. Or just talking to people. Oh, I suffer really badly from hay fever. I suffer so badly. I do not use those words anymore because I do not wish for that to be true. I do not wish to affirm that as my reality and put any energy into that reality, for I do not wish it to be true. I used to spend a lot of my time talking about my symptoms and talking about how much I suffered. A lot of the time it was very obvious, so it was a talking point when I'm there going through packets of tissues and struggling to hold a conversation. That is where a lot of my energy would go. But this did not help my situation or alleviate my suffering in any way. I now rarely talk about the topic, and it's only if somebody asks me how I am or if I have hay fever and that's why I'm sneezing a lot, will I really talk about it or mention it. And this, I feel, has had an impact on my symptoms. Another way of improving my symptoms, I feel, and my experience during the season when I do experience the symptoms, is just being aware of my energy and how I respond to the symptoms. I used to respond with anger and frustration, and this is still something that I'm practicing. Today, the reason I'm making this video is because my symptoms this morning were much more intense than they have been so far this year. And I caught myself going back into these old ways of reacting and responding. And I did get a bit angry. Sorry. I would recommend handkerchiefs for anyone with hay fever. They're nice and soft and they're better for the environment. So yeah, I did find myself today responding with anger, briefly, very briefly, and it was on the way to get some tissue because I was about to sneeze and there was a shoe in my way and I kicked the shoe out of my way because I was so frustrated. And then I acknowledged that and I realised that as I had experienced over the hours the symptoms getting worse, my energy had shifted with that and become frustrated and low vibrational, and I just wasn't in a good space energetically, and my symptoms were reflective of that, because everything is connected. So I invite you to just notice how you respond to your symptoms, and notice how your emotions can affect those symptoms. So we can choose to feel calm. We can choose to not allow ourselves to get to the point of frustration or anger, because that doesn't serve us, and that will not make our symptoms any better, and it will likely make them worse. So there are also many different things that we can do to improve our symptoms. I feel like a huge thing that I did in my lifestyle and diet, I became vegan in 2016, and I really noticed my symptoms improve since then. I spend more time out in nature. I go barefoot walking a lot, and I haven't this last 3 weeks. I haven't been out much. I haven't been barefoot walking much because the weather's been really rubbish for June. We've had a lot of cloud and we've had a lot of rain. So I haven't been out in nature as much, and I do feel as though that's had an impact on my symptoms. So I do recommend barefoot walking, spending time in nature, and coming in and having a shower and rinsing off the pollen. That definitely helps. So I'm feeling called to just channel through a healing transmission for anyone who is experiencing symptoms of hay fever, just to calm and clear the channels, both physically and energetically. So we're just going to take a few moments to breathe. It may be sniffly, and that's okay. Just going to breathe in through the nose if we can, if not through the mouth. And out through the mouth, and let go of any feelings that you are choosing to release. This may be tension or frustration or anger. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you for receiving this transmission, for being here, and for taking the time to watch this video and receive the healing and receive the information which will aid in your healing process and aid in your daily life if you do experience some symptoms. I'd love to hear how this transmission was received, so if you feel called, please do let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already and would like to see more of my videos, then please do subscribe. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Sniffle, sniffly. Aroantuayankaya, Shushuantaroantua, Susuantaroantuaya, Ashuantaroa, Susuantaanka Athanturu-ru-ru-ruantuas, Shushuantaroa, Shushuantuaya, Kukuantaya Ankorua, Susuantaroa, Shushuantaroa, Yuyuantuaya, Kurua, Kurua, Kurua Antua, Susuanturoa, Shushuantuaya, Kurua, Kurua, Kurua Antua. Shushuanta, Susuruanka, Wawantuaya, Shuruanta, Sua, Sua, Suantaroa, Shushuantaroa, Susuantuaya, Kurua, Kurua, Kurua Wantua.